Hello, everybody. It's John Ross here with the XPian Daily News Report. Sorry for being a few minutes later here today. We're trying to get this together here. I probably should have worked on this a little earlier, but I wanted to have a special little time here for this Monday, July 20th. And today we're going to pay a tribute to a man that I think you've heard about the last few days, and John Lewis. He's a man I wish I had met. I wish I'd met him, and he sounds very interesting in very many ways. And our guest last Friday, Juan Thomas, had an interaction with him. I'm trying to get Juan to discuss that with me. And a few years ago, he's met with Congressman Lewis, so I thought that was cool. And I would encourage you to look at XPN News. We have a nice story on John Lewis by Adele Banks of the Religious News Service. She did a nice article about John Lewis, 80 years old. I don't know if he got out to the Aurora area, but he's definitely a son of the South, and born in Troy, Alabama, and did many things in the civil rights movement. Maybe I'll highlight a few of those from this article, and you can read more about it too. He founded the group called the Students for Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. They did a lot of stuff in the civil rights movement, and this young man, I was inspired that I think he was 15 and he wrote Dr. King to be involved. I thought, wow, he knew right where he wanted to be. And early on, he also had feelings to be a preacher. And the article says, another says he preached to chickens even. He really had the call of God on him. And so later on, he was in the Selma Walk and the famous Pettus Bridge in 1965. I don't have that picture here, but I think seen maybe on TV and others, he got hit in the head there. And he was arrested some 40 times for various marches and other things he did for civil rights. And he later ran against Julian Bond. I saw that. This article doesn't say that, but he ran against Julian Bond and another famous civil rights person, and he won the 5th District in 1986 election. So he was in Congress that long, and he got to speak when he was young, because I told you he got involved with Dr. King real early, and he was only 23 years old, and he got to speak to the famous March on Washington. And it's been reported that they had to tone him down because he was a young guy and really wanted to get some radical action going. And I understand that. And he did various things along that line. And then he got elected and tried to always uphold the Voter Rights Act. And that's one of his latter things here, to try to pull that back. And he also was involved, this article doesn't have that, about the African American Museum at the Smithsonian, that he was involved with that. So this man was a man of action, and I really appreciate his action. And I want to bring up a quote here that I'm going to put myself down. And we're going to put John down a minute too, so we can see this quote. Now, this is what Lewis said about the civil rights movement. It was no accident the movement was primarily by ministers, not politicians, presidents, or community activists, but ministers who believed they were called to the work of civil rights as the expression of their faith. He wrote in his book, religious faith is a powerful connecting force for any group of people who are working towards social change. I think that quote really speaks volumes about faith in action, and John Lewis was doing that. And I know some might look at you crazy when you say this, but I look forward to hearing and seeing his funeral and the blessings that will come out of that. And that's coming up. I haven't heard when it is. When John Lewis's funeral, that'll be awesome. But this faith in action, and I hope more of my Christian brothers would take that to heart, especially my white Christian brothers, that we need to show our faith in action. And John Lewis did that, and he should be really remembered. And I hope some more things can be done in his name. And we'll just pray for that John Lewis' life is not a life in vain, but he's a person that we can emulate and follow. And just a blessing to know about him. And hopefully have some reports from our friends about John Lewis. But like I said, I think my friend Juan might have a report on John and others. But look at XPian News, and you can read more about John there. I believe Christianity Today's got an article. I mean, there's some really good stuff on John Lewis. I haven't read the Christianity Today article yet, but I'm going to do that. And so let's remember John Lewis, and our lives are an example all the time. And he tried to show faith all the time from when he was a young man to when he passed away. He did part of the prayer breakfast too. In February, I believe, he was involved with that, the National Prayer Breakfast, with it's a lot of politicians and other people of leadership in the country on that. So let's remember John Lewis, and we're going to look forward to a blessing of celebration and his funeral coming up very soon here. And along that line, we're going to have some people of faith this Wednesday. We're going to have Captains Joaquin and Gabriela Rangel. Gabriela Joaquin and Gabriela Rangel. They're the new captains of the Salvation Army, the Aurora Corps, and they got a new building. They got a new command here. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to talk with them on Wednesday. So that's going to be what's happening on Wednesday. So we're going to learn more about the Salvation Army and what they're doing with their new building and their new captains there. So that should be very interesting. Let's see what else we got. We got some more stuff coming up here, I think. Well, anyway, we didn't get that up. We were bad here today. We didn't work as fast as we should have on these matters. But I just want to say, remember about the Census 2020. Do that, and also remember about COVID-19 testing. I'm going to bring that up. I got a little on that. COVID-19 testing at the that's at the VNA. That's at the VNA. It's the Visiting Nurses Association. And you can call them. I'm going to give you the number. I don't have it on the screen right now. Like I said, I was a bad kid here. I didn't get this stuff going as good as I could have here. That number is 630-892-4355. And we have the information on that online at xpin.news. You can get the flyer there. Let's get that testing up. we got to get that together here and got to watch everybody so we don't have this virus come back here in Illinois. It's out there, but we got to stop it from being a bad boy that it is, a bad kid. We just got to work on it. And so I just want you to do that. And I'm going to now just say, God bless and bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. We'll see you soon again. And let's thank the Lord for John Lewis, too. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to be blessed with that funeral coming up here. I know. So again, bye bye now. And thank you, John Lewis. Bye bye now.